Fall is here, but the weather sure doesn't feel like it at the moment. What does that mean for our fall colors? Well, we're going to ask your meteorologist, Jack Gerfen. He joins me now with hopefully some answers to, I mean, fall was, what, 2.5, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, the 22nd. Yeah,
and we're still expecting temps in the 80s soon.
Yeah, in fact, this weekend we have a forecast, which I haven't entered it in just yet, but we're changing it to 86, which as of right now would tie a record for Sunday's high temperature.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't mind warmer temperatures. Here's my concern, is that these warm temperatures are going to last so long that we're going to have like 2 days of fall, and then it's going to be winter, and I'm going to be upset.
That's what it really seems like. It's like you can never enjoy having just the windows open with, it's either the AC straight to heat is what it seems like.
I need to be able to take my naps with the windows open and be all lazy and stuff on the weekends. But so what does this warm weather do to the actual trees and foliage and all that kind of stuff? So
technically, it actually is okay to a certain extent. If we can pull up our graphics, what we're going to talk about here is what we actually need for the right ingredients. And we need to have, you know, a warmer late summer, which is what it was, but we don't have cool nights. In fact, it's actually our biggest problem with our forecast now is because we've been pretty cloudy the past week with all these little spotty rain showers. You know, our high temperatures this week haven't been all of that higher than normal. The problem has actually been the overnight temperatures. We've been like in the low and middle 60s, and we normally should be in the upper 40s. So it's not cool enough. So that's our problem there, number one. And number two, we don't have very much in the way of some sunshine right now because actually it's more about the amount of sunlight that the leaves get to change the colors rather than the temperatures that would really do more. So because we're not very sunny right now, that potentially if this were to stick around a bit more, it potentially could like dull the color of the leaves.
So we're going to go straight from green to brown, that's what we're saying.
Well, not necessarily. Like, if we were to keep up this trend, you know, if we're going to be very cloudy like we have been recently, then that could be a problem. So the rain is kind of nice that we have. The rain's been good to have because it kind of does help to keep everything from drying out too much and not stressing things out so much. But we have to kind of watch it there because with rain comes also more clouds, and with more clouds comes less sun. With less sun comes more of those duller colors. So right now we're patchy in the area, and our forecast peak is usually in about 2 to 3 weeks from now. So it's normally when we get our average amount of colors coming in here. So we're still kind of right about here or so. We're getting a little closer to October 11th, the week of October 11th. So we're getting closer. We still expect our peak to be at this point kind of in the 20s, we're thinking. So kind of just before like the early 20s of October, and then by the time we get to Halloween, at that point things become much more past peak where they're all
And are you saying, though, that during this peak season, they still may be a little more muted than some of the better years where we have that just vibrant reds and oranges?
Yeah, if we were able to keep up this cloudy trend with the rain showers, when it's peak, it may still be, that's as good as it gets, but it may not be all that vibrant. But if we have more stuff like this weekend where we have the sun coming back out, really if we just kind of have some sunshine and temperatures are at least closer to normal, but then we get some cool nights that would really help us out.
This is out of left field, I think, but has it been more humid than normal?
The past couple days have been,
gosh.
Yeah, because we have a low that's pretty much, I'll just skip this, because this is another thing too, the drought monitor. There's not a lot of drought, which is good. The trees aren't stressed, so that's a good thing for that. And our long term is warmer than normal, but I'll skip ahead here to, let me go one more. Again, here's our 80s that we have for this weekend. I'll change that here, and Kevin will show the new numbers here. But this is the reason why it's so humid, is because this low has just been slowly just moving through the area, and this just with the cloud cover just kind of keeping all the moisture down to the ground. That's why it's been so humid. So even though the temperatures may on paper look nice, it's still kind of like, it's like, oh man, it's kind of humid.
I just feel like, you know, 60s at night should be windows open and you feel there's a little breeze, and I just don't feel like we felt that very much.
And it's all thanks to this with the clouds and the rain showers that's been spinning through the area. It's just, there's a lot of moisture in the air, and it just hasn't been able to dry out as much.
Giant easy button hanging out in the middle of
the I mean, and this thing has been sitting around here for so long, I'm surprised I don't see a giant red L in the sky.
Oh, goodness. All right, well, we've got a couple weeks to wait, and we'll get as good as we get by then.
And things, obviously, it's the weather, things change. But right now, we're really anticipating temperatures to stay pretty warm in our forecast, too. So a good part of the equation, but we also want to be clearer at night to then cool us off, and that may not be the case in our forecast.
I just don't want to lose fall. So as long as you can somehow work your magic over on those computers to keep that from happening.
There's no blue over us, which is good.
Okay, all right, we'll take it. Thank you, Jack. If you have a question for Jack, you can post it on his Facebook page, email him at jgerfen@wcia.com, or send him a tweet. It's at WCIA3Jack.